Hart, he's here from Drake Steak and Ale for our June's Pork Be Inspired. And I guess you're going to cook for us and I'm going to get to eat. So let's get to that part. What do we have here?
Absolutely. Well, you know, it's early this morning, so tried to bring a little breakfast flavor into it. We're doing a maple Dijon pork tenderloin.
I love pork
this
tenderloin.
morning, yeah.
And now, what do you do with it? I mean, how did you get it to season? What do you do first? What are the steps here?
Basically, the steps with this recipe is you mix up the maple Dijon marinade. I marinated overnight, and then actually this recipe I just throw in the oven. You know, it's simple, which I like simple.
Now, can you explain to me how you use the rubs and the mustard and all that fun stuff? Because meat in itself, I'm always told that it's supposed to be moist enough. You don't need to drench it in sauces or seasoning. So how do you really find that balance?
Well, obviously with your sauces, you're just looking for something that complements the flavor of the meat. You know, so yeah, I mean, one of the main mistakes that people make when cooking pork, especially, is overcooking. You know, and a lot of it you feel like you have to drown it in something, you know.
So this is pretty much something I couldn't even mess up, and I'm not even good at cooking pork.
I tell you what, it doesn't get much easier than this right here.
Sounds good to me. Sounds like
So tell me, when you're going about this, I mean, just kind of tell me the step through. What kind of pork is it? How long do you put it in the oven? Just kind of break down the process for
Sure,
me.
definitely. So we marinated overnight. This is a pork tenderloin, not to be confused with a pork loin.
Okay.
So
that's a good point too, because I was thinking that too. I'm like, is this pork tenderloin or pork loin? Good
right,
point.
Right. Pork tenderloin, and this is my favorite cut of pork right here. This is as tender as it gets. And so basically marinated overnight. I put it on the bottom rack of a 350-degree oven for about 45 minutes, and that's and I like to pull it out at about 145.
And you need to, especially to make sure that you don't get any type of poisoning or any type of that, you need to stick a temperature thermometer in there, or are you better off looking at it? I mean, obviously the thermometer is the best way to go.
Thermometer is definitely the best way to go. You know, you know, our parents and grandparents, it used to be, well, you got to cook the life completely out of pork, you know. But, you know, that things have changed, and the USDA has actually put different regulations on pork, and, you know, you cook it to 145, you're safe, you know.
And this is, you know, right now we've been seeing, our prices of beef, are they going up? You know, especially, is this like an alternative to some of those steaks and stuff like that? This is cheaper.
Oh, definitely.
Than if you're going to cook a steak or anything like that.
Definitely. Beef is a tough market right now, and pork is not only a less expensive option to go with, but it's a healthy option as well.
No, it's just, I can't get over the smell. I keep looking at the meat, not to be rude, but the best looking thing right now on your screen is this meat. It looks delicious. When you think about the meat that you prepared here today and why you're here today, what is the most important thing, though, that we know about?
Well, like I said, the most important thing with cooking pork is in my opinion, do not overcook it. You know, you want moisture. If you don't like a little pink in your pork, cook it to about 170.
Okay.
Okay, you're gonna.
So we're okay with a little pink.
Absolutely, you're okay with a little pink. You're gonna get the best flavor. You're gonna get the most moisture. Secondly, after you pull it out of the oven, let it rest. Loosely cover it with foil, and let it rest for. I like to let it rest for at least 10 minutes.
And it looks good. Do we get to the part where we try this yet, or are we?
I say you put it on your plate and eat it real quick.
I'm gonna just take
right
it here.
Don't be pretty about it. Yeah, you'll have to cut it for. You'll definitely want to cut it for.
I'm hangry this morning. Yeah, I still make people cut my food.
There you go.
We'll stick a fork in it.
Kidding. David, you gotta try a piece
I do.
too. All three of us.
Yep, absolutely.
Does he get a fork? He gets a fork. All together, we're gonna cheers real quick. We're gonna cheers it. We're gonna cheers it.
Here we go.
Oh yes, wonderful.
Yum. All right.
Oh, that's moist. That's
good.
good.
That is good.
I don't have to really chew. I could just swallow that if I wanted to.
Yeah, I'd probably choke if I did that, but
that's delicious.
really good. Really good. All right.